Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Miniart, and it's made in 135 scale. So what we get here is the German troop carrier. It's a Type170VK car, and as you can see, it's slightly changed in comparison with the civil version, so it might be interesting for some diorama builds or maybe just for the solo project if you prefer it this way. But what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release. You can see the kit number written there is 35486. And it should be already available in Modelimex, so that's why it's worth checking it together. So first of all, I have to note that the box size is typical for this type of release from Miniart, and here you can see comparison with my hand. We have also quite nice box art here. It's coming from booth 25, so that's why it is somewhat similar to what we saw on the previous versions of this car. Here on the side I'm showing the safety advices and some information about the manufacturer, and on the opposite side you can see also the decals map here, and of course the sign of cartograph, because decals are printed in cartograph. And also we have 4 marking options here. You can see them all in the side profiles here, but I will show them as well as in the assembly manual, because usually they have the marking guide printed out there, and it's printed nicely in color, obviously. So we have this spruce sealed into one plastic bag. We have assembly manual on the bottom. So we will start checking them one by one. And first of all, I have to open this plastic bag because it's sealed, as I said before. There are not that many sprues, surprisingly, but this is also the same as what we saw in the previous versions. So if you have some experience with the previous Type 170 Mercedes releases from Miniart, you will not be surprised here. As I said, there are only some minor differences which are suitable for the military version, but yet they are noticeable. So I just opened the plastic bag. And also, again, do not forget to check the previous versions as well. I reviewed them, so you can find the reviews on the same YouTube channel which you are watching right now. But now we are zooming into this plastic sprue. Here we have the frame BA, and as you can see here, we have the sidewalls. They're molded without doors. We also have some seat parts, and also the folded roof, because this one is coming without the closed roof, so that's why you will be able to replicate only the open version. Here, by the way, you can see the open door or separate door which you can position open, and also here inside we have some guiding elements and also some features pre-molded. So this is not just the plain parts because it's not visible what is inside. Here it will be visible because it's the open car and you cannot hide it inside, obviously. Next, another nice bonus from Miniart is that we get the engine included here. So this one is obviously only possible to expose with opened bonnet. So definitely think about how to show it on the finished model. But I think overall what we have here is a quite decent set of features. A lot of small parts, of course, so you have to be careful, and you can see the comparison with my fingertip. These are very tiny. In some cases it's better to have the tweezers because with the bare hands it's almost impossible to get them. But if I zoom in for those engine parts, you can see that pre-molded features are really good looking, so it's just a matter of assembling everything together and getting the right paint work. And of course we have the guiding elements here from the opposite side, so do not worry, it's not like you will have to do some guesswork while combining these parts together. It's actually quite well engineered kit, which should be quick to build as well. Next we continue with 2 similar plastic sprues. Well, they are absolutely identical, to be precise. This is the frame D, and they carry the same set of parts because here we get the plastic wheels, and also we get various weapons, doors, seats, and even the headlamps casings. What is interesting here is that the road wheels, they have some pre-molded features on the tire walls, so if I zoom in you should be able to see it right now. And of course the rifle is a nice bonus. You don't have to use all of them, maybe you can use some of them in the separate builds, and it's a quite good looking weapon from the plastic collection of the weapons from Miniart, so that's why it's a nice thing to get in the standard package. But that's not the last sprue. The last one is actually the biggest one in the kit. It's the frame A, so I will not be zooming out for now. Let's check it from corner to corner, because here, as you can see, we have the spare wheel. We have also some separate doors. Here you can notice also some parts for the engine bay. And I have to repeat myself that the engine bay under the bonnet will be very detailed, so that's why we have this bonnet halves molded separately. You can assemble it in the open position. What is also good is that this main chassis is molded as a single piece part, so you don't have to deal with the separate bars and this kind of things. And here from the opposite side you can see also the floor panel, which is molded together with the wheel fenders, so it's also a good looking thing. And we have the guiding elements here, so these body panels which we saw in the beginning, they will be easy to actually install and align with the floor panel. It's not a guesswork, and that's why you shouldn't be worried about any possible issues here. If I open the next plastic bag, this one is dedicated to the clear plastic frame and also decals, so just give me a second to do so. And I will show you what we have here. There is actually the PE thread as well, but first we start with the clear plastic sprue. Here it is. As usual, Miniart does not supply any masks, so in case you would like to have a nice paintwork on these parts, you will have to cut masks by your own, and I really recommend to do so, because the features on this model are quite nice, and it really deserves a good paintwork done with the precision of the pre-cut masks. And I think circular masks for the headlamps are not that hard to cut out, and for the windscreen, well, it will require a bit of work, but at least they're square shapes. Next, we also have here unpainted P thread. So this one is a classic Miniart bonus, but it's quite handy for the external and internal features. So definitely spend some time applying or installing all of these parts. I know there are some very tiny, but the result, what they add to the model, should be noticeable. And also we have the decals, so as I say, they are coming from Cartograph, and as you can see, the printing quality is really good. We have all features, or all symbols actually fit onto one decal sheet, so you just need to carefully apply it onto the car. And as for the assembly manual, it looks like this. I would say it's a classic color printed brochure for Miniart, and I will just zoom out so that you can see it. So now you should be able to see what we will be talking about here. We have a short list of the features on the cover. Next, we continue with the two marking options. So one is from 1941 and another one from 1943. We have also the parts map here. Next, we continue with the assembly process. So it starts with an engine, and as you can see here, we already have some paintwork instructions. And of course, it's a good idea to pre-paint some of those elements, because later it will be very difficult to reach them. Next, we combine it together with the suspension and also this main chassis. As you can see, even the shock springs are replicated with the plastic. I saw some modelers actually replacing them with a metal wire, but that's already your decision whether you would like to do this upgrade. Next, we have here the instrument panel. As you can see, there are some decals involved. And we continue with the engine bay, radiator grille, and also the windscreen. Some PE parts will be used as the clamps for the rifles, by the way. And here you can see how they will be installed onto the sidewalls. Here we have the wheels installation, but obviously nobody will be doing them at this stage. Note that the mud guards are replicated with the PE parts as well. Now, the trunk is actually quite interesting here, because it will be closed and you won't be able to open it. And it's quite a shame, because it might be also a good opportunity to show some open hatches, but at least the bonnet can be positioned open. As you can see, manufacturer shows you what you have to do. And here we continue with the same assembly options for the doors, so you can position them open as well. And here you can see the marking option from the Eastern Front 1943-1944. And one more here is coming from Unknown Police Unit 1944, but it's also quite interesting camouflage with this modeling, so in case you would like to replicate it, you know what to do. And here we have also the paints chart, so this one is given in various manufacturer designations, so you will definitely find something suitable for your collection of paints. And as for the whole kit, it should be already available, so you can get it in Modelimex. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion, so what do you think about this release? Write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.